What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm telling you right now, listen to this video. If you're a smart saver, hard worker, great investor, you will be able to have the Willy Wonka golden ticket. You have my words. Listen to me on this. Right now, a lot of the young people, they don't get it. They'll figure it out when it's too late, or maybe some of them will never figure it out. The older people who are near retirement, they're getting screwed right now. The people who got 529s for their kids, they're getting screwed. If you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and you're debt free and you got a paycheck coming in every day and you're happy with just owning your home and taking some vacations, paying off your car, being a smart, intelligent investor, buying great dividend stocks and index funds, you will be better off than any one of these people. Let me break it down to you right now. The young people, all they worry about is growth. They worry about, I'm up 1,000%, 2,000% on one stock. What about all the other ones? What about the other portfolios you blew up? What about the Webull portfolio? What about, now you got the Robinhood portfolio. You blew that up and now you're on Moo. But let them figure it out that they still got time, that they young. People who are getting screwed right now are the people who are a year, 2, 3 years away from retirement. And they're in their 60s. They're getting screwed for market manipulation. Because it's market manipulation right now. Gary Gensler knew there was going to be meme coins. He knew it was going to be the wild, wild west of pump and dumps, tweets, tariffs, no tariffs. He knew. That's why he was like, Everybody was like, oh, Gary Gensler, he's this, he's that. Gary Gensler was trying to look out for people the same way I'm trying to look out for you. Imagine you're 62, 63, 64. You built up a nice little nest egg. You made it through the dot-com crash. You made it through all the oil and the gas prices and all the crazy, Cuban Missile Crisis, all that crazy stuff that went on in the 70s and 60s or whatever. You made it through the housing market crisis. And now you about to retire and you got a president talking about tariffs, no tariffs, tariffs, no tariffs, meme coins, all type of stuff. Are you going to take any chances with your portfolio? No, you're not. You're going to sell it out. You're going to go to the bonds and treasuries and CDs just to find out the next day the market goes up. And then you may get back in and then the market goes down. And then you get out and the market goes up. Can you blame these people right now? Can you really blame them? That was a lot of the money that was being moved out of the market. It wasn't that much retail money because the retail investors really don't got no money. It was people adjusting their 401ks, people moving their Roth IRAs around to guaranteed. Because if your Roth IRA is tax-free, right, and you built up a nice tax-free nest egg, what's the first thing you do? You put it into bonds, guaranteed treasuries, or you went into cash. Because if you go into bonds, cash, treasuries, as long as you keep it in that Roth, it's tax-free when you take those the distributions. People reallocating their 401ks, people who have them. Not many people actually participate. That was a lot of the big money, the trillions that was moving around. It was trillions of dollars being lost and moved around. People were panicking. Wouldn't you panic? Your kid's about to go away to college in the spring. No, not in the spring. They're about to finish high school in the spring. They're going to school, to university in the fall, and their 529 dropped half, or it's dropping 20%. Are you hearing it could drop 60%? No, you're making moves. So you should really count your blessings if you have a job, if you're a great investor, if you're a great saver, if you're paying down debts, if you got a 9-to-5 job and a steady paycheck, if you can get your debts low and pay off those debts, you will be able to ride it out. You see, a lot of these people that are near retirement, a lot of people, they may have money in their retirements, they may have money in their 401ks and their Roth IRAs, but a lot of Americans have a lot of debt too. It's a heartbreaking feeling to know you owe $1 million on your home. Let's be honest, a lot of people are paycheck to paycheck. You owe $1 million on your home. You owe $100,000 on your car, and your portfolio just dropped from $700,000 to $450,000. or 600, because that's what it drops. If you got $1 million and the stock market drops 20%, you just lost 200,000. Only if you sell, if you lock it in. And a lot of those people, they said, listen, I'm gonna lock in this $200,000 loss because the last thing I need right now is my $1 million to be 500,000. They panic because they don't know if they're gonna lose their job. They don't know if they're gonna have enough money to send their kids to college. People are getting screwed with stock market manipulation, and Wall Street owns your White House. Don't be fooled. Wall Street owns your White House. They do. They've been owned it. They call the shots. When they start seeing derivatives, see what happens is if markets drop too much beyond a point, you get to a point of no return where all this derivative complicated crap starts kicking in and it could trigger all this other crap. That's why they were getting worried, because all those computers, they run on algorithms. If the market value drops to a certain point, all these robo-advisors start wigging out and selling out and all this stuff. That's what happened in 2018. A lot of the robo-advisors, like a Wealthfront, a Betterment, and something like that, they start doing some type of algorithm stuff and they start selling out where like it was a certain threshold, or it was something like that, where they raised interest rates in 2018 or they tried and things got all out of whack. Yeah. So if you got a job and you got a paycheck and you have no car note, you got no credit cards, and you're investing the right way, you will be fine. You will live to go another day. You will see the next president be crazy. You'll see there'll always be another crazy person out here telling you he's going to lower taxes, bring jobs. Just worry about yourself, worry about your household, and I'm telling you, you'll be fine. Mark my words, okay? When you have extra money in your pocket and you're not paying other people, you're not worried about the day-to-day. And when it's time for retirement, you'll have so many different streams of income. You could sit back, relax, and go, you know what? I got this dividend portfolio. I got rental income. My house is paid off. Whatever happens, happens. I have savings. I'm sure I can ride it out because I've seen this before. No regrets. Get it.